All right, today we're going to go over the reteaching, which is page 49 and page 50. Take your time with this, and you can always go back. It tells you what page numbers the information comes from, so you can go back to those pages and review if you're feeling frustrated. The left side of the reteaching always has a little bit of information for you, and the right side has the work for you to do. So how can you write 7,000 using exponents? 7,000, and they've got the 7,000 has a 7 and 3 zeros. So it's like saying 7 times 10 times 10 times 10, which would be the same as saying 7 times 10 to the third power. And the third power means we're repeating that 10 3 times. 10 times 10 times 10. So 7 times 1,000. If you remember this, 7 times 1,000 equals 7,000. And 1,000 can be written as 10 to the third. So 7 times 10 to the third equals 7,000. So remember, the number of zeros in the product is the same as the exponent. So let's take a look. 9 times 10 to the first power. 10 to the first power means there's only one 10, so that's just 9 times 10. 8 times 1,000 is 8,000, and you should be pretty comfortable with that. The exponents are probably the new stuff for you. So we might want to convert the exponents into base 10 numbers to make it look more normal for you. So 10 to the second is like saying 10 times 10, and 10 times 10 is 100. So 5 times 100 is 500. 10 to the fifth power is 5 zeros. So it's like 100,000. So 2 times 100,000 is 200,000. So that's a quick review of exponents. If you feel you need more review of exponents, you can always go back to your textbook and do the homework pages that are in there, because we did not assign them. So that's a good place for you to review. In set B, pages 11 to 16, write the number, name, and tell the value of the underlined digit for 930,365. The way we write the number name is we write out just what I just said, 930,000. We put the comma, just like there's a comma to separate the periods. There's a comma when you write it to separate the periods. 930,365. Don't put the word and there, because remember, and indicates a decimal. A lot of kids make that mistake. There's no and in whole numbers. Since the zero is in the thousands place, the value of zero in thousands is just zero. So let's take a look. Remember, you can find the value of a digit by its place in a number. Write the number name and tell the value of the underlying digit. So we're going to first write the number name. So that 9 means the value of the 9 is 9 million. And you look at your place value chart back in the book if you forget whole number place value. 9 million. And we're going to then write the number name. That 9 just means 9. And the value of the underlying digit is 9 million. You can write it out in word form or number form. And number 2, 485,002,000. And we want to know about the underlying digit is an 8 here. So we write out the number name for it. 9,000,009 right here was the number name. And 9 million is the value of the underlying digit. So I'm writing out the number name here. We're going to put 485. And we have to name the period. It's 485 million. Put a comma after the period. 2,000. That is our number name. That's the number name. And the value of that 8 is 80 million. That's where that 8 equals. It's in the 10 millions place value. So we just pull it right out and throw a bunch of zeros after it. The next one, 25,678. We write out the word form, or the number name they call it in this series. 25,000. Put a comma because we've got some more digits. 678. That's our word form. And the value of the 5 is 5,000. And for the last one, 17,874,000. We write 17 million, comma, to separate the periods, 874,000. And that is the number, the word form. And the value of that 1 there is 10 million. It's in the millions place, the 10 millions place. All right, that's a lot. You're going to jam that in there. I had trouble jamming it in there myself. Remember, you can rewind the video if you didn't get to check your work. You can pause the video and do the work, and then start the video and work with me. So right now, if you're a pauser, you would pause the video and start working on set C, and then I will go over it with you. For set C, there's actually 2 lessons in set C. Its place value chart can help you write the standard form, expanded form, and number name for a decimal. The standard form is the way we always write numbers. It's a standard form. The standard is the everyday way we write numbers. Expanded form uses fractions, and the number name uses words. So remember, the word and is written for the decimal point. It's the only time we write the word and in a number. Use a decimal point. How can you write 44 thousandths as a fraction? How are the values of the 2 4s related in 44 thousandths? So to write that as a fraction, it's 44, and the place value is thousandths. And how are the values, the 4 and 4, related? The value of the 4 in the hundredths place. So you can say the value of the 4 in the hundredths. Make sure you're getting that TH at the end so the reader knows you're talking about decimals. The value of the 4 in the hundredths place is 10 times bigger. Or greater than the value of the 4 in the thousandths place. All right. So write each number in standard form. So standard form is just, remember, standard is your everyday, the way you write numbers. 8, so for number 2, I'm going to say 8, and it has that word and, so I know that means a decimal. 8 and 59 hundredths. Remember, when you're saying decimals, you always say the value, the place value of the last digit tags your number for you. That's 59 hundredths. For number 3, 7, and I've got that decimal there, 3,000. So I have a 3, but it's going to be sitting in the thousands place. So I need to annex a couple zeros to hold those places so the reader knows that the 3 is sitting in the thousandths place. And for the next guy, I'm going to have 3. That's the whole number, 3. The next place value is tenths. I've got 2 in the tenths place and 4 in the thousandths. So I need to annex a 0 in the hundredths place. So the reader knows it's 3 and 204 thousandths. All right, we're going to take a stretch break here, and that is Reteaching, page 49.